Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Kickback. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how y'all
Welcome
guys
to
doing today, man?
that. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm ready
Oh, I
for
got
this
I
episode.
got my guns out there. Okay.
Okay,
Don't
okay, okay. You know I gotta always flex when I come on
I
the show.
don't want to do too much on the all right now.
And look, I ain't been doing too much upper body. I've been killing my lower body, bro. I'm getting ready for this tournament. Gonna play in a top tier level. You know what I'm saying? Playing against some real top tier.
Okay. Let's get into the topics of the day, guys. I mean, we said how we was doing. You went too long. Meeks, how are you doing, bad
Okay,
boy? We
okay.
starting
Hater,
off with a little. We starting off a little hype, a little disruptive this day,
you a
a little
hater, bro.
interruptive. Yeah, whatever. How you
Flex.
doing, good dog?
I'm good. How about y'all boys?
You're good. Like, are you really good?
Yeah, I'm really good.
Let's get into the mind of everybody right now. Like Bayshawn, big dog up there. I
Yeah,
say your government. It's
yeah, but
okay.
you
It's
can't come
okay.
to
Hey.
now everybody knew who I am. Dang. Identity.
hey. Anyways, my
Exposed the
boy,
fake kid, bro. What's good?
in your mind, what's going on with you? What's your thoughts on the day? What's your thoughts on the world? What's your thoughts on everything? This is how we're gonna starting off our thoughts on everything.
Okay,
You know what
okay,
I'm
I got
saying? We're
you.
gonna kick them out there real quick.
My thoughts on today, like as far as my day, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. My day was every other day, boring, bro. Like hella boring. Like
So you in the loop pretty much.
I'm in a loop. I'm in a
You
loop.
in the loop.
I wake up, I go to work. I do the same thing over and over every day.
Hey,
I even
it's
eat
not
the same thing. I even eat the same thing over and over.
it's not the same thing though, because you're doing this today. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you talking, man. All right, look.
This is not every day. You don't do it every day.
All right, you're
All
right. I'm
right.
every day. But anyways, let me speak on my mindset where I'm at right now. You feel me?
Okay. I'm just
All
giving
right.
you a
So
positive
check it
outlook.
out. Check it out.
Bet.
I'm in the mindset right now where I just feel mad, like comfortable. And I know you don't need to be in a position where you feel comfortable, but it's like I'm basically in a position where I can do whatever I want. And the decisions I make right now is only gonna better me and my situations. Like it's crazy. I really feel like I'm in a position where I've been trying to get for so long, and I'm actually there, and I'm actually gonna obviously try to make it and be better than I am today. But where I'm at this moment, yeah, man, I'm cool, bro. I'm cooling. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied where I'm at right now because I know where I'm gonna be at. You know what I'm saying? And like the soon future, I got plans of what I want to do as of like right today. But I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying, take it one day at a time. You feel
Hey,
me?
that's a blessing, my boy, because that sounds good. You comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Hey, get that out of here. No free ads. But hey, my boy Meech, how about you, man? How you doing in your mental? What's your thoughts like today?
Thoughts for the day is, can't really complain. Can't take every day too lightly.
I like that.
So just trying to accomplish goals that I have set aside for myself that I see from where I started to now is progressing. And progressing to a point where I can say, well, I'm happy with it and not have to look at it and say, man, I'm really struggling how I'm going to do this or how I'm going to do that. I'm not in that space no more. I'm fully, truly more better than where I was before.
Yeah.
I like hearing that, especially that accomplished goals mindset. I just now accomplished the goal of the day. I mean, I ain't gonna get too deep into it, but your boy moving up to from a job to a career. Now I'm about to start making career money. You know what I'm saying? So the house I'm in is about to get better. I mean, I know you're not supposed to strive for material things, but at the same time, I got I feel like I'm pretty comfortable with my religion. I love the Lord. Everybody knows. Amen. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? But everybody good with God. I'm good with God. You know what I'm saying? So my family is good. We're all good with God. So we're good together. So only thing I'm striving for now is just to get them in a more comfortable place. Like we're in the suburbs now. First house. I think my next house is going to be even bigger and better though, because of course, I'm gonna be fruitful and multiply, like the Bible says. So I'm trying to, make room for the new additions that's coming, and I want my own space. I want my wife to have a better car, even though she's in a 2020. You know what I'm saying? Either way, we want to be better. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in a 2020 something, 2021 or whatever. But yeah, it's just I'm kicking it up to the next levels and my goals for myself, like body wise, and that's going to get us into the first topic. What keeps you striving for that? Like you just not said you was killing little body. What's keeping you striving for that stuff? Like what makes you wanna like do that every day? Like every day you wake up, you gotta be like, you know what? I'm gonna work out today. I'm gonna work out hard today.
That's
What
simple.
makes you?
That's simple, bro. You already
What
know.
was that? Because some people work out to be like, hey, I'm working out just because I like to work out. I don't care how I look. I don't care
Hey, you
because
know
I'm
what?
eat.
That's really once you start working out, like I really believe once you start seeing results, it don't matter. Like, so say you started working out
So
for
yours result based. Yours all off
mine is
result.
not result based. I'm just saying it kicks me into like once I start seeing results, it kicks me into like a automated like type mode where it's like it don't matter if I'm doing it for what I started out to do it for, or if I'm just doing it just to do it. Because once I start seeing results, if I'm not if
You
I'm not
all in.
if I'm not playing football, I'm still gonna do it because it's just my body got so used to doing something. My brain has conditioned and programmed
Yeah.
to doing something because I see something I like in myself, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna keep going. But to honestly say why I do stuff like, all right, so for instance, working out, why I do it so much, and all right, I'm right now I'm just programmed. So like I know like on certain days I want to get in there and work out regardless if so I don't really have to. So what I'm saying is I really don't need anything to motivate me to get in there. Oh Lord. Anyways, I'm just programmed to get in there. But I started off doing it for football, and right now I'm going a little extra harder simply because I got like a major tournament coming up, and I want to be,
So
ready.
that's pretty much back to what you were saying first about you. That cycle.
It's a cycle, but that's speaking on like all right. So
Because like you said, you program to do it now. Your body's now programmed to do like want to work out. Like
yeah,
even if you sometimes you don't feel like it, your body's like, we missing something today. I need to
yeah.
go do that.
So like even if I
So
didn't hit,
your program is pushing you to keep doing it because you're now programmed to do it.
yeah, okay, but that's just speaking on one aspect of like what grinding really is. Now,
Okay.
when we talking about grinding, as far as like, let's take the gym aspect out of it because people like to take grinding like working out all the time. Or how about the grind to wake up every day and go to work, or grind every day to be a father or be a husband,
Now,
things of
see,
that nature.
now you just said two things that some people don't have, but most people don't think about because now that to me is a program. What you just now said to me is a program, like the being a father and like going to work. Like that's a program thing. I know I got to do that. I have to do that. It's like something, not something I want to do. Like my grind is all based on like grinding to find ideas for this show, grinding to find things for our sports channel, Flight 864. We grind like
Mhm.
to come up with thoughts about that. That's a grind because you're actually doing research to actually come out there to sound factual. And over here, now that's grinding to
Yeah.
me. Like, because waking up every day to go to work, that's not a grind. That's something we all have to do in life. Unless I'm about to say,
I
unless
guess
you,
I guess it depends. And Meech, if you want to relate on some of this, but I guess it depends on how you see it because, like, for instance, like the company that I work for is so relaxed. So like we can go through times and situations where you don't have to necessarily be at work. So my grind at that point, like for me to wake up and go to work at that point, would have to be for something. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, it would be for I need to make sure I still put food on the table, even though I'm not required to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Or being a husband, as far as like I remember we talked about you have date night. the sacrifice of like, hey, the guy's going to do this tonight, but my wife needs this time, so I got to sacrifice. So when it comes to the point where you got to sacrifice something, I feel like you got to do. It's pretty much the word grind then turns into you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Like,
I
so
get you.
it would be
Get
something
you.
you would have to act on, something you have to do. You have to grind. You have to sacrifice. You have to do it. So I guess it all depends on how you actually look at it. You feel what I'm saying?
How you look at what the grind is. But
Yeah,
I
because
do think
the programming part, like you were saying, like you got to make decisions sometime on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right,
yeah,
like you said, you know what I'm saying? Being a husband, being a father, sometimes you got to make decisions on that. Like sometimes you might decide to work longer and sacrifice that time with your family because you know what I'm saying? You
you're
got
trying, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So you know what I'm saying? It's you can call it program or you can call it grinding, however you see it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Sacrifices you're making at the time.
Meet, you got any thoughts on that, bro?
Yeah. A lot of people, well, I do the grind and feel like it don't feel like it don't feel like I'm trapped or anything about it. I just say it's the grind because a lot of people say when you get on the job, you're basically grinding to make ends meet.
That's a fact.
When you say that and you think about it, it's like living from paycheck to paycheck. Some people don't get comfortable, but either way it goes, I love the grind of working and making my own. I don't have to depend on anybody. I can stand on my own
Okay.
2 feet and say, hey, I did this and I accomplished this, and nobody never gave.
I got you.
learned that
Yeah.
at an early age. And ever since then, I just loved it. And I never really turned back. So I'm happy with everything I got and really received by just working hard.
So I get you. Your mindset is more of I'm doing this so I don't have to rely on nobody. Because I don't want nobody to come back with I gave you this or I help you with this. You want the pure satisfaction of I don't need you. I'm doing it myself. So nobody can say I had a handout. Nobody can say I had this or that. I get what you're saying. I like the mentality, but at the same time,
Now, what
once
I'm saying
again,
is, I'm looking for the independency. Like,
the
I'm
independent.
independent
Yeah, I get you.
of myself to know that I'm confident where that when I do become my own boss and doing more for myself, I know the ins and out where I can say that, all right, okay, let me do this differently, let me do that differently. You get me? It's not about, people saying that they're going, yeah, I give you this or I give you that. No, it ain't that. It's the independency of it.
For like when you trying to set up your little empire, you have that mindset of and knowledge to know like, hey, this is what I need to do on this. This is how I need to do on that because I did it before. Working for somebody else, now I'm working for myself. That's boom, boom. That's secondhand knowledge. I get you. I get you. I might say, but either way, in business, I feel like in business, even though I had somewhat of a business, personal training, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to myself. But
To yourself.
clientele, COVID messed up my clientele. I had a little thing going, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's get back into it. I see what you mean though by that, because even in business, like me doing personal training, that's the simple one-on-one thing. I still needed help from other personal trainers to help me sharpen my tools. Like if somebody come and say, "Hey, yo, my shoulder hurting. What do I do to help my shoulder?" Big football player. Okay, you need to lay off a little bit of the weights, a little more resistance in your training to help you. So I get the point you saying you want to be independent on everything, but at the same time in business, like setting up that empire, you also going to need you always going to need a helping hand in every aspect of life. So that's my opinion on it. And this is kind of getting into my next thing about how do you trust somebody. And we can start off with relationships because that's huge. or we can start off with pretty much like in business in general. How do you trust people? Like, especially if you're trying to. I like the business aspect of it since he brought business up because I thought about it. Like, cause when I was about to go into a business venture with some guys, I was like, man, I don't know which one of these dudes foul. Like, so I don't know if I can trust them with my money because I don't know, like, if somebody got the scam at the end of their mind. So how do you go into a business like with this right here? Like, say we get popping and we start making money. We gonna be like, okay, how we gonna split this? I'm on here every time. How we gonna split that money? This is a business and all three of us in it. So how we gonna split that?
That's
You know what I'm
different, bro. It's different because it's like it's a brotherhood. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so you have people
No,
who
I'm just saying, like, imagine we was three separate individuals, don't know each other. We was cool. And then we just decide to do this together. You know what I'm saying?
I think it should be split evenly until people decide, who putting in the most work. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Of course you're gonna say that.
maybe somebody, maybe somebody behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Of
They just,
course, the man that does the editing and everything gonna say it.
hey, you should.
Of course you're gonna say that.
You should be compensated for your.
Hey, but I make the ideas though. So
hey, but I bring a lot of flex to the show, a lot of nice looking.
chill out, bro. Let's keep going with the conversation.
Yeah, seriously, seriously.
I like where it's going.
I can't really speak on trusting like people like I don't know, you know what I'm saying, jumping into something like that for money wise. So I ain't even gonna speak on that because in a situation like that, I'm only gonna do everything on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll trust in certain people, but that's because I feel like you gotta take those steps. The trust I'm talking about, I know a lot of people like to hear about this, you know what I'm saying, is relationships, bro. So how do you so I like the question that you brought up, how do you trust in a relationship? And that stems back from that stems back to your upbringing, in my opinion. Like, for somebody like me, I was raised, and y'all know, because shoot, it was we had bros, but we had a lot of females around. We seen how a lot of females operate, how they move, what they do, how they move, whatever, blah blah. And I always thought like, hey, what I see them doing, that's what all them doing. And that's not the case, but it's the way that my brain has been programmed. So like,
hey, that's the truth.
To keep myself like sane, and to keep myself like I guess I'm just gonna say sane, because like I got two sisters, a mom. I was raised with all my girl cousins, my aunts, and all the females, they get together, they conjugate, they talk, they speak on what they doing, how they doing things, blah blah blah. And a lot of times it ain't always, peaches and cream, you know what I'm saying?
It always good, you know what I'm saying?
So the thing is like females like to throw the agenda like all guys dogs and stuff like that, and men like to throw that all women are sneaky, they get away with a whole bunch of stuff that men get caught up with, and it's probably true on both ends. But I think when it comes to trust, and the way you should look at it is like this. For instance, and we had this conversation before, if you're in a girlfriend boyfriend type situation, okay, I think you should have trust issues early on, and I think you should continue to keep those trust issues until someone proves that they can be trustworthy. You feel what I'm saying? But when you get in a relationship as far as marriage, and now the marriage is a little bit different, because at that point you already made vows. At that point you already told that person through sickness, hard times, and to death that you're going to be there. So you're going to be tested, you're going to be tried, everything. But that trust has to be there like automatically. You feel what I'm saying? And I say it has to be there automatically, because you got to stop thinking like, and like I said, we had this conversation before, you got to stop thinking as individuals and start thinking as one. So with that being said, like if for instance, like, so in my case, I'm married, okay? I decide I want to go out with the guys, you feel me? And my wife is staying home, and she feels a little insecure about herself or something. So she thinks, you going out and you doing do you, and the girls gonna be talking to the girls and stuff, blah blah. her mindset shouldn't be that way. Or let me just put how I should be, just in case I don't want to make nothing seem like she would have to do. If she would go out and I was feel insecure, and then she wearing something, maybe I thought like, hey, that's that's showing a little bit of lie. You're gonna get some attention. And
Sure, love you a lot.
my initial thoughts should automatically alter from thinking that way and think like, hey, we're married. I gotta trust that she's gonna go out and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And not think of the negative, because the negative is gonna come, but you gotta be
what?
like, you gotta show the trust. Like the trust, like, all right, you can't just say you trust somebody. You gotta show that. Like, even if you're getting done dirty, like what comes done in the dark comes to the light, and you gotta live with that once it gets there. But you gotta show that, like, just like it's an action word to me. Trust is an action word to me, just like love. Love is an action word.
I believe love is an action. Love is a verb. Yeah, that's an action word. But trust, I believe trust is just
Trust is an action word, bro. You gotta actually show people like they can trust you. You gotta show people that you're trustworthy. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, I can't wait
to be like, yo, I trust you. I can't be like, I trust you.
I feel like the word trust is like it's on a high pedestal.
Man, it's an action word, bro. Trust me, bro.
No, I know.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get on
pedestal, because at any moment of given a time, you can trust anybody, and it's just like it's gone.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
It's a high pedestal with the word love when it comes to mind to me.
Go ahead, Kill. Cause I think he's done, but I can keep going.
Yeah, I just want you to finish yours, because I have a lot of thoughts on what you're saying.
No, because all right, so Meech was saying what Meech was saying just now is, all right. So basically, if somebody's, all right, you and Meech, I trust y'all. Like, I actually trust y'all. Trust me, I trust y'all. But it was something that's all right. I showed y'all can trust me. You feel me? Y'all showed me I can trust y'all. That's the difference. Like, it's an action word. So like, dang on, you gotta show that, man. It's an action word. So even if like, so when you get in a marriage, even if you feel skeptical, because like me, you, we all raised around women, so our brains go, yo, you doing this, doing that, blah blah blah. But we gotta show that first. We gotta show that they can trust us, and we gotta show them that we trust them. And once that's established, I feel like you don't have to have that issue with trust anymore. Now, can somebody break that trust? Of course, trust can be broken. Love can be, people can change. Love can, change. Anything can change. But as far as trusting, and when it comes to relationships, I feel like you got to show that, and trust is an action word. So if you're going to get in a relationship with somebody and you still living off the experiences of as a kid, or the experiences that you went through, and trying to throw that onto the next part, like your relationship, that's not going to work. You got to show it. So even if you be like, dang, you going out looking mighty good tonight now, shirts looking short, little cheeks hanging out or something, and you like, oh, I know how women get, bro. Some guys gonna be hollering at you now. Let me try and get some numbers and stuff. You gotta, all right, it's gonna come to your head. You gotta be like, all right, bet. I trust her. So whatever she gonna do, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna run with that in a way, as of I'm home with the kids maybe, and she's out having a good time, but I trust that she's doing the right thing. Even if she's not, I'm not gonna call her phone. I'm not gonna, keep a location on her phone. You know what I'm saying? People be sharing locations and all that. I'm not doing none of that, because I want her to see that if I say I'm gonna trust you, I'm gonna do that. And vice versa. And once that's established, bro, I think you're gonna be good, bro. That's my opinion. That's just how I feel about it.
All right, cool. All right, let me hop in with I'm the antagonist on this, because I believe what you just now said. Pretty much, you gotta let pretty much your insecurities and your thoughts drift away. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
To me, I believe your thoughts is what keep you, like, you know what I'm saying? Your thoughts keep you on your toes. You're never supposed to get, bro. It don't matter. I'm in the marriage. I trust God over I trust my vows in God pretty much because once you get married, you're joined together by God. So I'm like, okay, that's the only thing keeping me from being like, yeah, you that type of person. You that, like you just said, from my childhood, being around people I be around. It's like, yeah, you that person because yeah, you doing the same things four of them used to do back then. I don't trust that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing. Is like I do believe you're supposed to trust your significant other, but my trust is coming more from, you know what I'm saying, the higher power than her. Because
Well, see, that's the thing. You talking about your significant other. It's no such thing as significant other. You mean your wife. And when you say your wife, you mean you. Because in
yeah,
God's
because
eyes,
we're one. We're one.
exactly. So if you're gonna
But
say, "Oh, I trust in God, I trust in this," so this, all right. I don't want to put 100% trust in my significant other because she's a man and she can do this. Well, not a
once
man.
again,
She's a man and she has flaws. That's true.
and
But go
I
ahead.
tell myself this all the time. I tell every young dude this all the time, bro. You get by yourself in a situation that you shouldn't be in. If you ain't 100% solid, bro, you're gonna fold. You're gonna fold. So I see myself like that. Not, bro. I don't try to ever do nothing to break no trust. I try to stay away from situations like that. But at the same time, like I said, any person getting the predicament that they shouldn't be in, any crack in your armor is gonna break off,
Yeah, I
especially
mean,
through that war.
man,
So,
look, I kind of feel where you're going at, but
and I believe that's in everybody. I really believe that's in everybody, bro. I mean, the highest
that's
person.
pretty much
Not everybody, but
that's all right. Look, it's like this. It's like
And
this.
this is my opinion, though. This is my opinion. My opinion.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
how
your
I
opinion.
feel.
Your opinion, but man, like, so you speaking on just yourself, right?
Yeah, I'm
So,
speaking on just
okay.
me. Just speaking on my opinion on this.
So if you're speaking on just yourself, like, so I'm gonna speak on myself. You will have to be in a position or a person that you gotta self-evaluate yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Like sometimes people who have trust issues are actually people who are untrustworthy. You feel what I'm saying? So like,
I have trust issues, but I'm not untrustworthy.
listen, man. People who are
Because I took
people who
people
don't
to shot
trust
me.
sometimes are untrustworthy because they think this person is doing this, so they're doing that, or they think this person is doing this because they would do this. You see what I'm saying? Like you put yourself in their shoes. Like if you think your girl going out and she's talking to these guys because you know she looking good when she going out, you're like, oh, thank you looking good. I know my girl gonna be getting guys, getting her numbers and stuff. All right. You're thinking like, man, she probably gonna be talking to these guys. She might go this place, that place, do this, blah blah. You're putting yourself in her shoes pretty much because you know if you was in that position and girls were coming at you and you was doing this, and you probably would be like, all right, I got a girl, but I'm going over here with you. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is, like, you gotta be able to self-evaluate yourself and work on yourself as an individual. A person who trusts,
See,
like you gotta be loyal to yourself. You gotta trust yourself to
okay, I
like
look at that different though. That's because listen, you said you think a person that well, listen, I'm trustworthy. I know my mindset. It's my mindset, bro. And I think it comes down to mindset. Like, I know my mindset. I know if I get in the predicament with some situation I'm supposed to be in, I know with my mindset, I'm be like, oh no, first thing I'm gonna think about is, oh, I got kids. Oh, I love this person. I'm not, you stupid. Let me, but once again,
for the
like I
show.
just said, if you have the slightest hint if you got the slightest hint in your mind that, I don't know, maybe I can get away with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that person to break. Because if you got that little hint in your mind, like maybe I can get away with it, you would do it.
And that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a majority of people's mind, bro, because it's called temptation, and like you got to be able to resist. That's why you got.
Not if you solid though. Like not if your mental, bro.
But how you get solid?
How
you get solid? How you get solid? That's what I'm saying. You got to self-evaluate. You got You got to work on yourself. You got to be loyal to yourself. Trust yourself.
That starts from a child, bro. Like if you a solid person from the get, like nigga, you solid. You always solid. Like, bro, I
don't think people born solid. I don't think God be like, all right, this one's gonna be solid, this one ain't gonna be.
This one's gonna fall the flaws.
I think what happens is you go through life experiences, and when you're going through those experiences in life, you kind of take little things from here and there, and once
matter of fact, let's take it back. Let's take it back to the first thing you said. But yeah, start from childhood. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much in childhood, you grew up seeing people mess up. You grew up seeing people lie and tell like all type of crazy stuff. So you like, okay, I see them making them mistakes over there. Why would when I get put in those situations, why would I know? I lost my train of thought, bro. Truthfully.
Well, look,
I lost my nugget.
That's cool, but all in all seriousness though, as far as trust in relationships, man, I think like we was talking about, trust is an action word, just like the word love is an action word, and it all ties in together. You have to show that you're trustworthy, and you have to, you know what I'm saying, show that you love somebody. But you know what I'm saying, that comes with time.
That's a hard thing to do too, sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Love is a hard thing to do sometimes, bro. Especially if you in a marriage, bro, and you be around you see a person most of the day, most of your life. Like once you get married, you seeing that person when you wake up, when you go to sleep. You spend a lot of time home. Like, especially if you don't work on the weekends, you got that whole weekend with that person. It's sometimes hard to say, you know what, bro? You piss me off all day. All day.
Well,
I love it.
That's the thing.
Sometimes it's hard.
That's the thing about love, though. That's part of love. Love is not bound to just happiness, hugs, and cuddles. That's not what love is. Love is, I think the bad times, the rough times, I think that's the actual definition of when you actually see love. You feel what I'm saying? So like, trust ties into this. You in a marriage and something happens where someone lost your trust because they did something that was not supposed to be done, but you love that person. You say you love that person. You got to show that. So in a marriage, it's not like, oh, you did this, so we get divorced right away. You remember that, hey, you know, we have vows. If God can forgive,
that's the bro.
I should be able to forgive. That's why love is so tough. That's why
that's the thing, right? What you just said, bro. Amen to you, bro. That's so true.
Oh, amen to me.
That's so true, bro. Like,
no, it's serious though.
Even somebody break your trust in a marriage, you still got to be like, I love you, though. I said I love you, and if I really mean I love you, like God say He love us, that's how I'm supposed to love you. So that's the hardest thing, bro. I think that's going to keep a lot of people from.
But that's like the real definition of love,
tough,
though. You feel me?
That's fact. That's facts right there, bro. Give yourself a hand, brother. That's facts.
No, but seriously though, look,
that's facts.
Look at it like this. All right. For instance, you brought up the spiritual aspect of it as far as God, like, bro, like every day we do stuff to break God's trust. You feel me?
Every day.
Every single day.
Still love us.
And He still forgive us and love us and let us know He love us. The thing is, like, and when you get married, if He goes to say, like, you're supposed to love your wife as He loved the church and stuff of that nature.
Oh my goodness.
Like, that's deep. That's love, bro. That's what real love is.
That's deep, boy.
Really know what really love is. People can be like, oh, I love you, and be like, oh, I hate this person. You know what I'm saying? You can't love a person and say you hate a person. I mean, you can say it because you upset, but at the end of the day, like,
you can't genuinely have hate for that person if you say you love them.
Well, you can say, and that's the thing, you can say you love anybody. That's what I'm saying.
I say
it's definitely an action, bro. It's definitely so like
you can hate somebody traits.
What you say?
So you can love somebody cold-heartedly, but you can hate some of their traits.
That's what the old people say. I love you, but I hate your ways.
That's a tough one. Let me think about that one right quick. Let me ponder on that real quick. Because that one, that's really tough because
Nah, I think that's fact. That's fact.
well, that's the thing. We just actually specify the spiritual side of things as far as like so there's no hate in God. So the thing is,
you want to? Oh no, you want to put it
you can't say you love somebody, but then you hate certain things about them. The thing is, if you love them, that I think it boils down.
In the Old Testament, God wanted to kill all his God wanted to take out his whole creation because he hated our actions, what we was doing on earth.
No, he didn't like them and he didn't approve of them. The thing is like this.
Exactly.
That's not hate. That's not hate. The thing is hate. You got to understand the definition of hate now. Hate is like you disgusted of it. You hate it, like you don't like it. It's bad, right? What I'm saying is if there's some traits about a certain person that bothers you, but you say you love this person, those traits have to then be understood. For instance, like if you're with somebody, let's just say you're with somebody in a relationship and they got a habit of doing certain things that you do not approve of, but you say you love this person, the thing is at that point it's your job, because you say you love them, it's your job to understand
why they're doing that thing,
why they're doing that, how can you fix it, and what can you do to help improve it, get rid of it, or just, you know what I'm saying? Like, so let's just make an example.
Now you get into understanding. See, now you talking about that.
That's what it is. Because when you say love and hate, I don't think love and hate can really go together in the same faction. Like, all right, if I say like my wife, she cleans a lot and it gets on my nerves, right? All right, I'm gonna be like, oh, I hate that you do this, but I love you. I love you so much. You feel what I'm saying? Her, that trait, that part of her, that part of her is still her. So I gotta love that regardless. I gotta love that because I love her. You feel what I'm saying? So like, if she comes with baggage, that's her baggage. Some stuff that I don't like or approve of. She comes with that. I gotta accept.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, so.
But I don't think that's like all the way.
That's a lousy example, anyways. But go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, either way.
Example like this. Say that, all right, okay, we guys. All right, say that our lady be like, hey, I don't like that you snore, but we can't help that. They hate that we snore, but we can't help that. That's something that generally can trigger a girl to say that I hate that from you. You know, as a female, when you really think about it, because we guys, and that's always what they always say, we snore.
Yeah, but see, that kind of hate right there is a little bit different. It's not like
it's not like a bad thing.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's not actual hate. Like, I hate you. It's just like I just hate the snoring.
No, that's like that's what he said. Like ways, like
because
people say they hate your ways, not really hating you. They just hate things you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I still think you gotta find a way to understand.
Like that's like. You know me and you grew up playing games. All three of us, we grew up playing games all the time.
No, I didn't.
You stopped playing games. Okay, big grown man guy. But I still play games. I still play the game. I'll come home, play with my family, come on my game, and I'll play the game till it's time to go to bed. And my wife, she already said, I hate that game sometimes. I hate that you play the game so much. She can't, like, she got to deal with that now.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what you saying is pretty much she got to understand why I do it. And when she knows why, because I grew up doing it, that's something I'm continuing doing. But at the same time, I got to compromise with her and pretty much say, hey, I get that you don't like me playing the game so much. Okay, I'm going to take some time out here and give to you instead of playing to the game. So once again, she's hating the action that I do, but she don't hate me. She just hate what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think he getting that.
Okay.
No, nobody can hate on your hobby, bro. Ain't nobody gonna hate on your hobby because everybody got a hobby.
Well, she hate on my game.
Oh yeah, people hate on hobbies.
Because
people hate on hobbies, guys.
Yeah, game is a hobby.
I still
You
think
go
like
on there when you feel like it, right?
I
You
think
could
like
you connect on it and you could play on it like a hobby, like a car. Like when you fix cars, you could be genuinely happy if it is a mechanic or anybody that love cars watching the channel. That's a hobby to them. A game is just like a hobby. A game is not going to be a way of your life.
I
You
think
ain't getting
individual.
paid to play the game.
I think
Individual cases.
individual hobbies. I think that's one thing you need to talk about honestly when you get into a relationship. Trust is going to be big. Love is going to be another, but who an individual is as a person. So you saying your wife, the game issue. All right, for instance, the game issue. Um, that's deep because even though it's just something simple as a game, bro, you have to understand that if she hates that way about you, so you talking about she hate the way, not me, the way.
Because that's what you said.
No, that's what y'all was saying. It basically builds a whole bunch of frustration in a marriage, in a relationship, not because she hates you. The simple fact that you're doing something that you know is displeasing to somebody that loves you. She has to understand, hey, this is who he is. This is what he is. Now it goes to the point of her getting to say, hey, why do you do this so much? Can you give us a little bit of time? Blah, blah, blah. Just getting to the understanding part. And you got to understand, sir.
I get where you're coming from.
Or anybody else, that because my wife or spouse at this time hates a certain hobby or way about me, I have to find a way to change, because if not, that hate for that way actually turns hate and bitterness and sadness and loneliness and it turns to a whole bunch of things in a relationship. And that's what happens in a relationship. You lose trust because someone felt like, hey, you spend more time on your game than you do me. So when I went out, a guy gave me attention and I was weakened because I was sad because I didn't get your time. Or you see what I'm saying? It always triggered to a bigger.
I get where you come from.
So that word hate and love, in my opinion, does not go together in a relationship at all. Because if you love somebody and you hate something that they do, it has to be resolved. It has to get kicked out. Somebody has to find some kind of understanding to get the word hate out of something, because if not, it grows in, other emotions get attached, and then you lose trust, you lose love, you lose this, you lose that. That's what happens, bro. I'm telling you, it's the truth. Like, so for instance, I deal with the same situation when it comes to football and my family. But what my wife can attest to is the fact that everything that she would hate that I would do and complain about, I put my best foot forward into improving, so we can get that out of get that out. Because then if she like, I hate that you go to the gym, or I hate that you play football, that's going to turn to her being lonely, her crying out, and me not being there, me not giving her that attention. You see what I'm saying? That's going to turn to her being her. Now I'm not giving her that attention or time, or I'm not showing any improvement. So now somebody else step in and do that. Next thing you know, that trust is gone, because now she is getting it from somewhere else, or that love is gone because she's getting it from somewhere else. Or, hey, bro, it triggers a whole bunch of things.
You're supposed to stay solid either way it go.
Huh?
If that's see
now this, you gotta be understanding, man. You gotta be understanding.
You gotta be understanding, but trust and being solid in the marriage. That's number one. You gotta be solid. You gotta be solid. No matter what you go through, you gotta be solid.
We speaking as men though, being solid, it could be hard, it could be easy, depending on the individual. But we gotta remember that when we talk, we basically speaking about our counterparts. We're speaking on our better halves, or other halves, which are women. Women are very emotional. They live. Men are not as emotional as women. So they not, bro. Women.
You're not supposed to say that in this. You're not supposed to say that in this time, boy.
No, women are more emotional, man. It's just.
Hey, boy. Hey, watch it, boy.
Listen. Women are more emotional, but at the same time,
you live in the wrong time for that, boy.
At the same time, bro. That's why it's very important. That's why it's very, very important when we as men, we're in a marriage or a relationship, when we're trying to be a husband, a father, a boyfriend, whatever, we got to put that dedicated time in, dedicated attention in to cater to what a woman is looking for, asking for, or needs, because everything that your hobbies is, you talking about your ways of snoring and everything. So there's ways that you can fix snoring.
It
Okay.
is. Yes, it is.
Thing is,
I
if
know,
you
but I
knew,
was using that as an example, though.
I
I'm
know,
just
I
saying.
know, I know, I know. I'm saying, bro. I'm saying like this: if your wife hates, or if a significant other hates that you snore, say, hey, I'm gonna go try this, because look, the fact that she hate you, that you're snoring, and that's something that's not really even a big deal. The thing is, if she really hates it, she's not gonna want to sleep in the bed with you, or she's gonna want you to go sleep somewhere else. Say that be that's the way y'all try to resolve it. Okay, I'm gonna go sleep on the couch because you don't like my snoring. I don't feel like arguing with you. Or she hits you upside the head, you get upset, and you're like, why would you hit me? She's like, well, I can't go to sleep because you're snoring, and then an argument comes into that, and then next thing you know, that leads into other things because somebody says something else. It's something simple and small like that, bro, that can lead to a whole big thing. So the word hate and love, oh man, that to me, I just can't fathom the fact that y'all think that should be in the same boat. Like, I love
Nah,
you, I love you,
it's
but
not.
I hate this about you and I hate that about you. Nah, you can't do that. You got to understand. You got to fix. You got to jump on that immediately, because that hate then travels over to the love department, and then it takes away it strips away the trust, it strips away the love, and it adds in loneliness, it adds in individualness and all kind of stuff. So yeah, that's key, bro.
I
Hey,
understand about the love hate thing, but like to be real, like certain. I ain't trying to say that a person hate your
Yeah,
traits or he hate your ways.
I got you.
It's not like it's like a loving type of thing that they love you so much that they just generally hate that you do little small things, and
Hmm.
when they say it, you fix on it.
Yeah, you
You
gotta
know,
fix, you gotta jump on them and fix them. Yeah, immediately.
that's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about like, oh, I hate that you take more time looking at the washing the car, fixing the car than you do with me.
Hmm.
No, it's not like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you were saying and what he's speaking on. I'm just saying, like,
I stand on what I said.
hey,
God
you
damn
can't
it.
stand on that. You can't
I
stand on that.
stand on that, boy. But I do. Hey, this was a dope conversation. This was
Yeah,
a dope
yeah, it was
conversation
dope. It was dope. I
because
like
you were
that.
spitting some gems, and I don't like, because I felt like I lost this.
Call
Even
me
though
the
we're not
call me
debating, I felt like I lost, because
call me the gym fitter.
I felt like less people agree with me than than you. So hey, man, kudos to you. Hats off, because you said a lot of things make me want to pat you on the back, give you a high five, all that stuff. Even though you're an old man, shouts out to you. Both of y'all old men, actually. So y'all supposed to be giving
Hey,
me
hey, 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 hey! Don't do that on the show. I'm not old. I'm young. I'm flexing. This man here mad. He jealous. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
wrong way. But yeah, you are old man. That's why you did that. That's exactly why you did that. But yeah, old man. But anyways, man, hey,
Bro, you literally
that
like
was
3 years younger than me. You literally like 3, 4 years younger than me.
I'm like
4.
four, four. That's a lot of years.
That's not.
That's a lot of
I'm just,
years, bro.
I'm just
That's a lot of years, bro.
I'm just in preschool by that time.
Hey, that's a lot of years, bro.
I'm a young, I'm a
You got 4 years of life on me. That's a lot.
ignorant years where I'm trying to figure this thing stuff out. You figuring it out.
Hey, either way, hey, y'all some old men, especially your actions are old. But anyways,
It's
good
called being wise,
episode,
young man.
man.
It's called being wise, young man. I mean, old man.
Yeah, young man, exactly.
Exactly.
Anyways, hey, that's episode 2 of the Kickback, guys. I mean, this was a good episode. So please like, share, comment, whatever. I mean, yeah, man, that's a tough episode, man. But y'all, if y'all
Drop the
like,
mic.
please just drop one, please. Thank you, guys. See you in episode 3.
Peace.
Dude.